Okay, Thursday morning in the kingdom, and it's Thirsty Thursday. See that? That was my high school days. It still is. Yes, I'm thirsty, but not today. We won't be working up a sweat because it's freaking cold out here. We had one warm day yesterday. Now look at us. Unreal. So I was going to plan on welding over here on the ramp deck, but that's out of the question. I'm not going to stand out here and freeze to death it's like the 364 days of the year. All right, so this morning we woke up to -3 Celsius, but feels like -8. Lies, it's chilly out here. And then on the yo-yo scale, +27 Fahrenheit, but feels like +18. Yeah, right, it's chilly out here. I'm having to hide behind the caboose, yes. And also, too, somebody has talent. And it's not me. A fellow in Saskatchewan. Yeah, Saskatchewan. Oh, can we see that? Over here. Over there. There, look at that. I have talent. Ooh, this way, that way. Yes, use this plasma cutter and cut out a bunch of these so we can start adding them to the equipment to increase the resale value of it. We'll bolt it on like a nameplate. Remember when the dealerships did that with the new cars? You had a little plaque that bolted onto the fender on the trunk lid? That was quality. Now they put a sticker on, and then the sticker, when you remove it, removes the paint too. Unreal. All right, I better put that away before I get hurt. Oh, yeah. All right, that's in my big pocket. Yeah, yesterday we're running around enjoying ourselves, and now look at it. We got the skidoo suit, the jacket, the heavy hat on, and everything. All right, let's see if we can venture out this way. We'll do a little sidestepping on uneven ground to see what the flags are doing. I didn't untangle them because it's windy out here. Look at them go right there. Unfrickin' real. But oh well, we knew this is coming. But we should be getting some rain or snow today, so we'll be in the shop hiding. We have lots to do in there, but we had a productive, 5 days on the snow truck. I can't see the American flag on the Rust-Oleum boat over there. It's hard to see because of the foliage on the trees. All right, well, I better get going. Here comes the boss. Okay, after morning coffee in the kingdom and I'm in the shop, we've had to start the wood stove because it's damp in here. The electric furnace has been running and the dampness is unreal. I can feel it in my bones. Yes, my bones. Yes, and now I know how you guys on the East Coast feel like with the dampness. That's why you guys have wood stoves. We got the fire going. Hopefully it doesn't smoke us out. It's nasty out there. That wind's getting up, so it's going to start raining or snowing. Also, too, when we did our morning gathering with the welfare dogs, as we call them, they don't run away, they just hang around. You can be outside with them for over an hour and they go back to their pen because that's their happy area, their safe area, being rescue dogs. So we gathered up more parts. Yes, we dragged in more parts. Okay, that motor in the snow truck is a 216, which I have in the 48 Chevy sedan delivery. Okay, it's right here. So I'm not buying an electronic ignition for it or the HEI because we buy them and then we modify them because they're shorter. We have to shorten them, okay, because this is the short shaft here. So that's pointless because if that motor blows up and then I'm stuck with an HEI that will only fit in the 48 sedan delivery. So look at all this new parts. All right, new parts in 2015, cap, plugs, rotors, all that kind of stuff. With this bag here is all new parts for the 38 Maple Leaf, which is the motor now in the 39 Snowcat. Snow Truck. Oh, these lips. So I think we're going to figure out a distributor and use up these parts. And then if the points and condenser quit, it'll be great filming walking back to the kingdom to get a vehicle to go tow that snow truck off the trail, okay? So we're not spending money on it. Plus, last night I was on Rock Auto. Oh, I got the burps. Those peanuts were good. And checking out prices on parts that I bought over 2 years ago. And the prices have basically doubled. And then you add the double for shipping. That's unreal, the cost. So I'm so glad I'm retired and relaxing and working on these items. Okay, another item we have to do right away is strip out this electric fuel pump, mark it, put it in a bag. And then we have parts for when the other fuel pump malfunctions or whatever. There's lots of good little nuts and bolts in the package and stuff. Some of it doesn't work in our lifestyle. Clean off the workbench And we're going to work on the battery box for the 39 Snow Truck. Yes, the battery box. I cleaned it all up outside yesterday, and it was well worth dragging the Pro Point 38 Plus outside for some fresh air. And we have the angle iron and material over here somewhere for the battery hold down. So we gathered all that up. Well, it was sunny and warm yesterday, so I'm not having to put on my toque or my fur hat to go find the material. So we got enough work in the shop today. It should be a good day, and we can day drink because the boss isn't around. Okay, did a quick check on what we got here in inventory here for the 216 motor for the 39 Chevy Snow Truck. Alright, so this here is used plug wires and everything, cap and stuff. That's brand new. New, except for we have a used condenser, okay? And I have no idea what the difference is between hand and eye coordination, sorry. RU11 and RU4, okay? These are resistors to reduce down the voltage to the coil and stuff like that. I think that's what their proper terminology or something is, to reduce it, okay? That's why it's called a condenser. This one seems to be longer. This one seems to be shorter. Hopefully we'll figure it out. Okay, and here's the distributor from the Maple Leaf. Everything's brand new in there. And here's the distributor from the 48 Chevy sedan delivery. Everything's brand new in there. So I was spending the money wisely between 2012 and 2015. I wasn't spending it foolishly on women. So now look at all the new parts I got for the 39 Chevy Snow Truck. Now if I spent the money foolishly on women, what would I have? Oh, I got a cough. No, what would I have if I spent the money foolishly on women? I would have a broken heart. Oh well. Okay, after lunch in the kingdom, and we got a little project here. Yes, we got some scrap metal. That's what we cut off the battery box for the 39 Chevy Snow Truck. Oh, these lips. All right, I should have more vodka for lunch. Okay, that's a piece of scrap metal we cut off. That's a bent bolt. And what we're going to do here is we need a means of moving that 39 Chevy Snow Truck around without having to get out and short chain the front bumper. So if I cut this off here, okay, here and here, get rid of the scabby ends, and then since how this is bent here, cut this off and make it go through the center here and weld it. And then I'll have a swivel plate for the end of the fork so I can scoop up the bumper and put it right in here, right? So then I can pick up the bumper anywhere to line up the truck to park it, because it's going to have the skis on the front. It's going to be annoying. Okay, that did not take long because we used everybody knows, the Pro Point 38 Plus plasma cutter from Princess Auto. But then again, we are really enjoying the machine. We're banging off these projects. In the past, the oxyacetylene, I'd have to make sure I had lots of oxyacetylene or whatever, oxygen propane. All right, so this here was simple cut. It was cut right through, and then when I cut right through, I included a little notch out of the top there so it was easy to grind. I torched the hole in the middle there. Not in the middle, actually. It's offset. Oops, I don't have my glove on. Okay, but this will go through the fork. I used a threaded piece in case I have to put a nut on it because my design is flawed or whatever, because I didn't use computer graphics or engineering stamps or anything like that. But they'll be able to take the fork with the U channel in it and pick up the front bumper of the Black Fleet, because most of the Black Fleet has the pipe bumper, so I can easily pick it up. All right, let's see if we can do this without talent. Okay, so we had this here welded offset because the fork, okay? The hole in the fork is at the end. That's how I figured out center. I just went X across and then X across. That gives you a center, and then I just moved back a bit and cut the hole. So that worked out very well. Then I just burned the 1/8 rod with the, everybody's ready, with the Lincoln AC/DC buzz box. All right, let's continue on to the next project. Doing these little projects betters ourselves, and that's what I mean. It betters ourselves. We're not making a list of what we have to do. We're getting these projects done. My dad made a list on all the projects he had. All he did was work on a list and cry because he never had any money. I get working on the projects and go until the money runs out, and then I find more. That's the way we do it. We don't make a list. Okay, I'm outside the shop here with the loader. Yes, the loader used to spend all its time in the loader shed, but the 39 Snow Truck has taken over its spot. All right, so here we're doing a test with the cradle. Yes, the U-channel thing to move the toys around. Yes, I should be able to pick up the front bumper, no problem, and then guide the truck in and out of the loader shed. Yes, and then I don't have to go climb up and down to hook and unhook the chain. Pretty smart thinking. And that's why we offset it to the pivot pin there, because that's the end of the fork. All right, look at that. Okay, it looks like it's trying to rain or snow, we're not sure. Okay, next item we banged off on our list is we have the PTO cover plate for the 39 Snow Truck transmission. Remember, we took it off, so I used the gasket here and marked it out, and I always cut it a little bigger. And of course, we have to do the Pro Point 38 Plus by Princess Auto, and we cut it out, no problems. And then I drilled the holes, small, big, and then I chased them with the step drill. This is the greatest thing since sliced cheese. We should have got these a long time ago, like 30 years ago. It would have improved my, quality and build. So this is the first time ever we actually have, 6 bolts lining up, and I didn't have to die grind any of the holes to make them oval to fit. I don't know what's happening. Maybe I got better quality tools or just enough vodka. Oh wait, we're drinking beer today. Okay, so it was only like a 1 beer job, but this worked out very good. So let's continue on with the quest. We have the battery box hold down, and we have the battery box. Gonna need some love. Okay, coffee time in the kingdom. Beer time in the kingdom. So here I got my cover plate for the PTO on the transmission of the Snow Truck. All the bolts are there. We have to have short ones, so we don't want the bolts going in too far and jamming in the gears. Yes. Everything is here, so I just have to never seize the bolts, put some gasket glue on the gasket, and we're good to go. But I'll carry this over and put it in the 39 Snow Truck in the loader shed and pet the dogs while I'm there. That way all the parts are together. Okay, here's the box that was on the Screaming Ford for many, many years, and it needs love. So I've turned it upside down because this was the bottom. The bottom has a little bit of rust. I don't know if we can see that, Les Nessman. Okay, we got ventilation because this is a battery box now. So you think all those holes I cut in there yesterday, you think they would line up for the battery cables. So I have to cut a hole right here, which is no problem, but I'll incorporate it with the patch that I do. So here we got the battery hold downs right there. So that'll work out good. Actually, this is easy because if we follow along and remember, this is the third box that we've done because we did the 46, had 2 boxes. So retroing this one, while it's still fresh in my memory, is working out good. All right, let's go have some beer. Okay, after coffee in the kingdom, and I'm cutting out some patch plates, okay? So we're using the quality steel, recycled steel, and we're just doing it freehand because there's no sense being fancy because we're just welding it around. All right, so I numbered all the holes we got to patch. So that's holes 2 and 3 over there. Number 1 is up on the top. So that turned out good. And then over here, we cut the hole here for the battery cables to go into the battery. And then we have a patch plate here, okay? So everything is numbered. Oh, that's number 5. So that's the way we do it. And recycle, repurpose, and reuse and keep going. We'll have to put up a new strip in here, I think. It's kind of worn out. Oh, rusted right out. All right, let's continue working as we're having fun, drinking beer, and no boss today. Okay, now to weld the patch panels over. So I'm using the Hobart Handler 100. Yes, we all know that machine. We came from Princess Auto. So over here, we did the top one first, which is patch number 1. We got some nice beads. Okay, remember this is the gasless. We're welding rust, and more rust. Okay, but over here we got caught. This was the rust panel right through. Okay, so I was going along here. Ooh, that's warm. Okay, going along here, and then when I went this way, we found some holes. That's no problem. So what I was welding at was at 2 for victory and 20. You never go to 40. Just like in Spinal Tap, you never go to 11. So here on the Hobart Handler 100, you never go to 40. So what I did when I ran into the holes, I bumped it down for 1 for victory. Yes, because we want victory. All right, so now you got some holes. So we used the filler rod, okay? We put the rod over the hole, or in the hole. So when it comes along welding, oh, hand and eye coordination over here. All right, so when we come along with the MIG wire, it was filling that. So we did stop and go, stop and go. This turned out very well because it turned nasty on me, but I just took my time, let it cool, and do another puddle or whatever. So let's continue on and see if we can find some more holes.
Thursday morning in WHO-ville, and it's just after 8 a.m. and I'm getting ready to head to work. As you can see, there's not much of a sunrise. It is pretty cloudy out and kind of windy and getting a little chilly as well. It's supposed to rain today. Actually supposed to start raining any time now, and I think it might because we've had too many nice days. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs back in, and get to work. 12:30 and I'm just finishing up lunch. I just snacked a little bit since I'm not feeling the greatest. I had 8 kids this morning, so it was kind of a big class. Normally I only have 2 or 3. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs back in, and get to work. It kind of seems like it's going to rain. It was trying to this morning, and it's a little chilly. 4 p.m. and I just got home from work. I had 7 kids this afternoon as well. It was a pretty good afternoon. It was raining on and off, so we ended up having indoor recess. Just got the quad out. Now we'll head on over to the Kingdom and see what my dad's up to. 4:30 and I made it to the Kingdom. Now I'll head on down to the shop and see what my dad's up to. It's been on and off raining, so I don't think we're doing very much, but let's head on down and see what he's up to. 5 p.m. and I'm officially down in the Kingdom. We aren't doing anything today, so I was just in the shop chatting with my dad. Now I'll head on back into WHO-ville and let the dogs out and do the weather. Just after 5 p.m. and I made home from the Kingdom. Now it's time to put the quad away, head inside, let the dogs out. Then I have a little video to show you guys my big chili peppers. I guess they aren't red because I never changed color, but my big chili peppers have gotten to the size where I could pick them, so I was able to pick one of them, and I'll show you guys a little video of that. So let's head inside. This is the big chili pepper I've been growing all winter long. I have about 3 in total. I was told these were supposed to be big red chili peppers, but they have not changed color, plus it's starting to look a little funny, so I plucked it. Now we're going to try it tonight with supper. I'm not sure what I'll make with this. Most likely add it into my soup for a little spice. Now let's head in and do the weather. 5:30 and this is the temperature we're sitting at today. It's 8 degrees Celsius, which is 46 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. Similar weather as yesterday, but it was raining on and off. Now it's cleared up and it's actually really sunny out. I tried my so-called big red chili pepper, which turned out to be green, and it's actually really spicy. I'm going to add it into some of my soup. I took a picture of it and looked it up, and it says it's a jalapeno, which makes sense because of how spicy it is. Now it's time to head inside, make supper, and end my day.
Okay, 5 o'clock in the Kingdom, and we have the patch panels over the holes done. Yes. Also, too, I made a mess. Yes, that's a mess. And that is good. All right. So I'm so used to the gas wire, gas feed MIG welding, that you have the big nose cone or nozzle over the end here. Okay, this is gasless, so there's no cone. So I keep trying to stick it in closer and closer. So this is about the distance I was traveling and the angle I was traveling. Can we see that, Les Nessman? And that turned out to be a nice bead. I was actually pulling it from the top down because there's a bit of a lip or a sharp edge here. So that worked out good. So then over here, I made a mess. I'll have to adjust the light, just like in the bedroom. All right. So I was trying to reach around, and I got the cable, or the cable, or the gun cable, hose or whatever, kinked too much, and I made a mess because it was stopping the flow of the wire coming through. So I made a mess, and I mean a mess. So I had to kind of go over it a bit. So that turned out bad. But any place I could get into position and be comfortable with the cable, how would you say, strung out fairly gently with curves and everything, it performed very well. And plus with the wire speed at 20 and 2 for victory. Oh, hand and eye coordination. Okay, so wire speed at 20 and V for victory, like the 2, that was perfect. We'd had no overheats or anything like that. It didn't time out or pop the breaker, not like the other day when I was up at 40. Ooh, just like Spinal Tap, you never go there. And most of these beads that I was doing was 3 inches straight through. So that's the limits of the machine, I guess you would say. But we're very pleased. This project's going very well. All right, let's flip it over, and we got to finish off the lip that rusted away. Okay, this section was a little rusted out, and I figured I'd just cheap out and do it quickly. But this actually worked out well. I wish I'd made it longer to go right back here and to go back into some good meat. Oops, hand and eye coordination. Some good material or meat back there to weld. So I had to use the feeder wire, but it got it in there. It's sticking, it's holding. Now I'll take the plasma cutter. Now I'll take the plasma cutter and cut it down here and make this a curve. Oh, hand and eye coordination. It must be the beer. Okay. And now if I cut the strip that I wanted, it'd be too short, too wide, or whatever. So this piece was already pre-cut and I just kind of made it fit in there. So working smarter, not harder. And it actually turned out very well. All right, let's get this box done so we can call it a day and drink professionally. Okay, 6 o'clock in the kingdom and the box is gone done. Yes, the battery box. Yesterday it was a piece of scrap metal, rusted hinges, rusted floor, rusted everything, looking ugly. And now today it is the battery box. Just a little bit of loving and it's good to go, just like me. All right, so we even got the threaded rods, everything ready to go. All we have to do when we toss the battery in is never seize the daylights out of it. So we're very pleased. And we put the original latch on that's been on there for 20 some years, so it looks good. I have to oil that up because it was seized. All right, let's go check on the flags because today we had a lucky day. Okay, I'm standing in a dry spot in the yard here. Unreal. Everything's looking good. The black fleet. The snow is slowly melting. I don't know what happened today. We were supposed to get rain, snow. Everything was supposed to get yucky, but it didn't get anything. But I was hiding in the shop with the wood stove and the electric furnace. Yes, turn it on, turn it off. Oh, yes. Look at that. Clear skies for tonight. A good day to relax and enjoy. All right, let's check on the flags. Says they should be in their natural state of being limp because there is no breeze. Yes, a big change from this morning when it was cold and windy. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some beer, make a video, and we'll talk to you later.